See, HTTP are given. HTTP stands for Hypertext Markup Language. Hypertext Transfer Protocol. HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. It transfers hypertext. Hypertext means HTML text. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. It is a presentation language. And it is used to present the data in different formats. Up to here is written. Up to here completed. No? Hypertext markup language text. HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. It transfers hypertext. Hypertext means HTML text. HTML means its own language. That language text is HTML text. And it is used to present the data in different formats. Say, for executing programs, we written like this. To first test. One more we written like this. Second. Okay. Now, these all you are learning now. First HTTP. So what this will do is, it is nothing but one protocol. It transfers hypertext. Hypertext means HTML text. HTML text means HTML language text with like a tags and attributes will write. No, that is. It is a presentation language, only presenting the data. No errors, no logic, no exception, nothing. Only tags are there, attributes are there. With the tags and attributes, you can different formats, you can display the output. That's it. Here, this protocol used by browser and server to communicate on the web. This protocol used by browser and server to communicate on the web. This protocol used by browser and server to communicate on the web. So, if you write HTTP, my browser communicating with server in internet like that. This protocol used by browser and server to communicate on the web. After this, we written localhost. It is domain name. Just write it next. Localhost. It is a domain name. If the server is installed on same computer, then if the server is installed on same computer, then use domain name. Then use localhost as a domain name. Otherwise, use computer name as a domain name. If the server is installed on same computer, then use localhost as a domain name. Otherwise, use computer name as a domain name. If the server is installed on same computer, then use localhost as a domain name. Otherwise, use computer name as a domain name. If the server is installed on same computer, then use localhost as a domain name. Otherwise, use computer name as a domain name. Say, same computer is there, you can write localhost. In another computer is there, that computer name you have to write. Say, for example, say, suppose 5 computers are there in a network. In a network, 5 computers are there. In this computer, Tomcat server installed. In this computer, you are working. Now, this Java program, if you want to connect to this browser, if you want to connect to this server, then this computer name as a domain name you are right. But here we have a standalone PC. Browser also in this computer only, Tomcat server also in this computer only. In this situation, we can write localhost. Okay. If that server is installed in another computer, that computer server, if you want to access, that computer name you have to write as a domain name. So if 5 computers connected together, suppose system 1, system 2, system 3, system 4, system 5. Now system 1 server installed, system 4 you are working, then system 1 you are write. Then this browser connected to this server, this computer server. But here we have standalone PC, only one PC. Here only browser, here only server. That's the reason we written localhost. If the server is installed on same computer, then use localhost as a domain name. Otherwise, use computer name as a domain name. Okay. This is localhost 8082. It is a port number. Note. It is a port number. It is used to identify the service. It is used to identify the service. Tomcat default port number is 8080. WebLogic default port number is 7001. Oracle default port number is 8080. Wildfly default port number is 8080. So these many servers 8080 is there. That is the reason I changed it. I changed it to 8082. Reserved port number range. Reserved port numbers range. is 0 to 1023. Free port numbers range is 1024 to 65,535. So reserved for free port numbers can be changed. That is the reason I changed. Because in my system Oracle also is there. But Oracle server port number, Tomcat server port number same is there. That is the reason I changed. If 8080 working means continue that one only. If it is not working means change. So after installation, server with 8080, if it is working, continue that one only. If not working, change. How to change already given. Is it over? You observe in this HTTP, my browser communicating with server in the same computer with server, Tomcat server. In that server, which WAR file? First. In that, which servlet? First servlet. First servlet URL pattern test. First. It is a WAR file name. Test. It is a URL pattern of a servlet, of a first servlet in web.xml. First is a WAR file name. Test is a URL pattern of first servlet. I'll explain each and everything. I'll explain why we need to write. Also, I'll explain. Online students, listen with more concentration. End of the session, I'll clarify your doubts. First, listen the class. Say, it is a WAR file name. It is the URL pattern of first servlet in web.xml. Say, we written like this. HTTP : /localhost : 8082/first/test. I written in a browser. Then what will be happen? Just you observe. HTTP. That means my browser communicating with server. Where is server? In same computer. Which server? Tomcat server. In that server, which WAR file? First WAR file. In that, which servlet? First servlet. How it will understand first servlet? This is already we configured. Test means first servlet. Second means second servlet. Already we configured in XML. Okay. Now, why this configuration? Directly, why we cannot write here first servlet? Directly we cannot. Why we cannot write? Okay. Directly we can write first servlet. Why test again? Now, here first servlet means you have to write like this. Then F should be capital, S should be capital. Like in a internet applications, your website names facebook.com, gmail.com, yahoo.com, like that. Facebook, F capital, B capital is there? No. If like that is there, all people cannot operate internet. Okay? Like each word first letter capital and second word first letter capital, these all Java programmer knows. But other people, they do not know. Okay? That's what, if it is first servlet like this, if you execute, all people cannot operate. That is the reason we map it to other name. First servlet mean test. Because each word first letter capital, that is Java programmer knows. Those who are learning Java, those people know. But remaining people, they do not know. Like Facebook.com. If you write small letter also works. Capital letter also works. Mixed letters also works. Like, is there any restriction? F should be capital, B should be capital? No. All users convenient purpose, they given like that. But directly first servlet, if you want to execute, F should be capital, S should be capital. But instead of that, another name. Test. User purpose. First servlet, programmer purpose. This test for user purpose. But user will send request to test. But how first servlet executed? That is we written in XML. How server knows with XML. So user is going to type in address bar test. But backside which program is running? First servlet. But how server knows test means first servlet? With XML. That is the reason configuration. You know that is first servlet, but user knows test. But how server knows these two same? With XML. That is configuration file. Okay. So if you write like this, my browser communicating with server, Tomcat server, where it is in same computer, which war file, first war file, in that which servlet, first servlet. But I written test, how first servlet executed, that is with XML. Okay. Now this is totally called as URI. This is totally called as URI. From in this, only this part is called as URL. Only this part is called URN. URIL plus URN equal to URI. URL plus URN equal to URI. So URL stands for Uniform Resource Locator. URN stands for Uniform Resource Name. URI stands for Uniform Resource Identifier. URL stands for Uniform Resource Locator. URN stands for Uniform Resource Name. URI stands for Uniform Resource Identifier. URL stands for Uniform Resource Locator. URN stands for Uniform Resource Name. URI stands for Uniform Resource Identifier. So this is just a location. In that, this is a name. This is totally called identifier. But generally, we are calling URL also URL, URN also URL, URI also URL. Always we are calling only URL. It's happened. Say, you are typing an address bar like this. http://www.google.com. This is URL. But home page comes automatically. So /homepage.html. That is no need to type. Default comes. Here, you observe this one and this one you observe. This one you observe. HTTP. My browser communicating with server. Where it is searching? Localhost, same computer. Where it is searching? World Wide Web. Worldwide searching. Internet. 8082. Here Google. That is Tomcat. This is Google. This is just a category name. Like different categories of websites are there. This is commercial website identification. But that internet standards, no one is maintaining. Because internet is not specific to one country. Worldwide. But the worldwide, there is no organization to maintain standards. That means worldwide, all people should maintain. Then only possible. One country, if it is maintained, also no use. Because this is not specific to India. It is worldwide. Suppose only India maintaining, other countries not maintaining, no use. All countries should maintain. Then only that will be internet standard properly we can maintain. But at present, internet standards no one is maintaining properly. Because commercial website only .com. Okay? And private organization website, it should be .org. Military website, it should be .mil. Media websites, television, newspaper, it should be .net. Network sites, media. Government website, it should be .gov. Like that, domain categories are there, 7 categories. But the 7 categories, no one is maintaining. Government website also .com is there, private website also .com is there. Media site also .com is there. No one is maintaining. Example, our institute website also naresheti.com is there. Actually, it should be .org. Private organization. Government website also .com is there. .gov required. But all first priority they are giving for .com. .com domain is not there, they are selecting other. It's happening. That is, no one is maintaining internet standards. Now, next, in that server, homepage.html. In this server, first URL first var file in that first servlet. Like this. So, here HTTP same. Browsers are communicating with servers. But it is searching in the same computer. It is searching worldwide. It is searching for Tomcat. It is searching for Google. It is searching for first var file in that first servlet. It is searching for homepage.html. So this is totally called URI. This is totally called URI. Up to here is called URL. This is called URN. If you mix both, URI. That's the actual concept. So URL, it is just a locator. In that resource name, including this one, URI. Okay? Now, if you type in a browser window like this, educational websites.edu, nothing but universities, colleges only, not naresheti.com. Okay? It is private organization. Private organization also educational will be there. Only universities, college should be .edu. Now, here, this line we are typing. But if you write this line if you write, what will happen? My browser communicating with server. Actually, this internet standards, this organization will not maintain internet's ISP servers are there. No, those people should maintain. Not naresheti also. ISP servers, they should give a domain naresheti.org. Like that. It is not related to our institute, not related to other companies. Related to ISP servers. Those are providing ISP server domains. Those people should maintain. But that is also only one country also no use. Worldwide. Worldwide they should maintain. So in future, worldwide, one organization may comes, it may maintains. But present not there. Okay. Now, my browser communicating with server. Server is in same computer. Which server? Tomcat server. In that which war file? First war file. In that which servlet? First servlet. When I type like this in a browser, first Tomcat server opened. Now, here, this PC, C drive, program files, Apache Software Foundation, Tomcat 10. This folder opened. In this folder, so my browser communicating with server is in same computer, which server? Tomcat server. In that server, now server window opened. In that, it is search for first. Suppose first is not there, error comes. First is there or not, see, in a web apps, that is default location web apps. In a web apps it is search. First is there. First is there, no? It is deployment location yesterday given. Web apps is a default web application folder. In that it is search for first. First is not there, error comes. So first is there. First is there. Then first folder opened. In that it is search for WebINF. WebINF is there or not? Yes. If WebINF is not there, error comes. WebINF is there. It opens. In that it will search for web.xml. Web.xml is not there. Error comes. Web.xml is there. It is opened. It is opened. After opening, now it will search for test. So what is happening, you observe? My browser communicating with server. Server is in same computer. Tomcat server. In that web apps folder open. In that first folder open. In that WebINF open. In that web.xml open. That is the reason WebINF should be say WebINF only. Web.xml only. Suppose web.xml is not there, error. WebINF not there, error. First is not there, error. It should be there. In that XML, it is search for test. It is search for test. Test is not there, error. Test is there, no? Test is there. Test associated with demo. Because these two in the servlet mapping tags. Test associated with demo. Then demo associated with first servlet. Now, if this is not matched, also error. So first control comes here. Then it will read this. Then again it will search for demo. It is there. Then again it will search for this one. First servlet. Now control jumps to classes folder. Classes folder not there. Error. It is there. Then it will search for first servlet. If it is not there, error. It is there. It will be opened. Now servlet program is going to be executed. So this must process backside. Now, but why these three names? Directly first servlet, why we cannot write? If you write first servlet, F should be capital, S should be capital. Then users cannot understand. Okay? Suppose servlet class name only if you write small letters, you will get a confusion. Because every Java class must be each word first letter capital. So if you make it small letters, Java programmer will get a confusion. And if you make it capital letters only, user will get a confusion. That's what? User purpose one name. Java programmer purpose one more name. That's what? First servlet test. But why demo? There one more person will be there, deployer. So Java programmer will write the Java program. He will give to deployer. Then Java programmer written first servlet. is given to deployer. Deployer written one more name. This deployer will give to user with one more name. This name, who knows Java programmer? This name, who knows user? Those are accessing our website. This one, who knows deployer? Okay? Deployer knows everything. He knows everything. Programmer knows only first solid. User knows only test. But deployer knows all. He is going to maintain web application. That's what he knows everything. Okay? But how server knows? With XML. XML is server understandable language. Okay? Now write it. Web.xml. It is called as configuration file. It is called as configuration file, and it is used to configure servlets, JSPs, filters, initialization parameters, context parameters, welcome files, dash dash, etc. Dash dash, etc. It is called as configuration file, and it is used to configure servlets, JSPs, filters, initialization parameters, context parameters, welcome files, dash dash, etc. XML stands for Extensible Markup Language. Online students, listen the class with more concentration. End of the session, I'll clarify your doubts. It is called as configuration file, and it is used to configure servlets, JSPs, filters, initialization parameters, context parameters, welcome files, dash dash, etc. XML stands for Extensible Markup Language. Now we configured servlet. Servlet we configured. Okay. Further we'll see JSP we can configure, filter we can configure, initialization parameter configuration, context parameter, welcome file. These all so many are there. We'll see further sessions. It is called as configuration file, and it is used to configure servlets, JSPs, filters, initialization parameter, context parameter, welcome file, dash dash, etc. It is extensible markup language. About XML very depth, we'll study further sessions, not in advanced Java. While learning web services, at that time we'll study. Okay. Here we configured. In this XML, you write this one. If this program already written, no? There you write it. It is used by to run servlet. It is used by user to run servlet. It is used by Java programmer. Must be same. and it is used by deployer. So that demo, this demo must be same, and it is used by deployer. See, test associated with demo, then demo associated with first servlet, then first servlet executed. But this demo must be same. Whatever you write here, that is your write here. Okay. This is servlet class name must be same. This is whatever you want, you can write. Whatever you write here, this is your write in the browser. So whatever servlet class name you written, that class name, this one must be same. Whatever you write here, that one, this one must be same. Whatever you write here, this one in a browser window must be same. Okay. Now you observe. See what I given, just observe once again. HTTP localhost 8082/first/test I written. Now my browser communicating with server in same computer with server, Tomcat server. Now server open. This PC C drive, program files, Apache Software Foundation, Tomcat server. In that web apps open. In that it will search for first. It will search for first. First is not there, error. First is there. It is open. In that web.inf is not there, error. It is there. In that web.xml is not there, error. It is there. That will be open. After that, it will search for test. Now it will search for test. Test is there. Then test associated with demo. Demo is there. Then it will search for first servlet. Where it will search? In this only, it will search for classes. Classes folder not there, error. It is there. In that first servlet. This will be open now. Now here, this class object created. If public is not there, object not created. That's what compulsory public. Now, automatically object created for this class. Object created. After creating object, first which method is called for first request? Which method called lifecycle method? Init method. Is there any init method? No. If it is not there, where it will search? Now, first servlet object created. With that, init method called. But init method not there. Then where it will search? Superclass. Generic servlet superclass, no? In that class, init is there. That init is called. Already written some code. That code executed. Then it will search for service. Service is here. It is called. Now, servlet request, servlet response, references automatically created. Say you already know exception E automatically comes, no? Whenever exception occurs, object created. That object passed to catch block. Catch block will catch. Like that, whenever request comes, request response constructed. Those two comes automatically here. It's just like a catch block. Exception E, servlet request REQ, servlet response RES. Okay. Here exception object automatically comes. Here servlet request, servlet response implemented in some classes. Those objects automatically comes. After getting with this response, one stream created server to browser. Through stream, welcome to servlets transferred. Like that, you got a output. Say, like that, you got a output. Now, you observe. What we did, you have seen. We created first tab folder. In that first tab folder, we created WebInf folder. In the WebInf folder, we created classes folder. We created first servlet.java. First servlet.class. We return XML. We return here web.xml. This is we created as a war file. First.war. After that, we deployed in Tomcat server. That first.war file we deployed. Then automatically first folder created. It is extracted automatically. First, in that WebInf, same as it is will be there. In that classes, in that first servlet.java, first servlet.class. Let this first servlet.class. Here web.xml. Now from browser window we send request. It is like a web client. In a browser window, we typed. Here we typed. What we typed? HTTP. Then my browser communicating with server. Localhost, same computer. Tomcat server. In that test, my request passed to server. This request is called HTTP request. From server, we got a response. That response is called HTTP response. Now, what will happen? See, it will search for first. In that WebInf, classes, XML open. In that, it will search for test associated demo associated with first servlet. First servlet object created with lifecycle method called. Then response. Through response, one stream created. This is called print writer. Through print writer, like this, welcome traveled. Server to browser. Then you got output, welcome to servlets. This is a process happened. Okay. Write is complete. So this is like a print writer. It is stream. Server to browser. That's what we should not write system.out.println. System.out.println monitor. But it is server to browser. Server to browser stream. That is only console stream. Whatever you studied system.out.println. You studied in core Java. How many categories of streams are there? How many? 3. What are those? I think majority people forgot core Java. Console input output streams, file input output streams, network input output streams. 3 categories of streams are there, no? Console input output streams, file input output stream, network input output streams. System.out.println console output stream. Okay? This is network, internet stream, network related. Core Java most important as compared to advanced Java. Core Java only important. Core Java only most important. Advanced is nothing. What is there? See, every day same procedure. Now, 2 programs you have seen. Now, other programs very simple. Is it over? Say, from browser to server request came, server to browser response comes. Sending response purpose stream required. That stream is print writer we used. Okay? Through print writer we transferred, will come to solids. Now these programs, how to write in Eclipse. Now I'll show you. Now 2 programs I taught without Eclipse. Now 2 more remaining all with Eclipse only. Because daily if I create web application folder structure, it takes time. But there if you click, all will be created. One button click only, all will be created. That service also no need to write. Class also no need to write. Import also no need to write. Automatically comes. Okay? See. Now. Now I'll open Eclipse. 1 minute. The workspace, whatever is already is there, I'll delete. Now I'll open Eclipse. First of all, we have to configure server. Now you observe here servers. Okay, first we have to configure server. Note down. To configure Tomcat server in Eclipse. To configure Tomcat server in Eclipse. Here first click on servers view. Click on servers view. Click on servers view. First one, click on servers view. Say here servers is there, no? It is called servers view. But if this is not appears, that meaning Java perspective opened. Here you observe when I place the mouse pointer, what is showing? Java EE. That appears only in Java EE. If it is Java, it doesn't appears. Then what you have to do? That is you have to close. Like this you have to close. After that, already given notes window, perspective, open perspective, other. Here you have to select Java EE. Suppose if you select Java, say that servers will not appear. Servers is not there. In Java perspective, it doesn't appear. Because this is Java EE program, servlets. Servlets comes under Java EE. Already notes I given. Starting. Advanced Java content I given. JDBC, Reflection API are the part of Java SE. Remaining all the part of Java EE. That's what. Here servers view doesn't appear. Then close this perspective. Window, perspective, open perspective, other Java EE. Suppose in your Eclipse Java EE is not there. That means you installed only Java SE. That's what already how to download Eclipse, how to install Eclipse I given. Eclipse for Java EE you have to install. Okay. Now servers. Here right click in a servers view, click on new, click on server. Right click in a servers view. Click on new, click on server. Click on servers view. Right click in a servers view, click on new, click on server. Is it over? Here, right click, new server. Now here, expand Apache. Now, which version installed in my system? That's what I'm selecting, Tomcat 10. Whichever installed, that is you have to select. Write it. Expand Apache. Select Tomcat version 10.0 server. Expand Apache. Select Tomcat version 10.0 server. Suppose 10.0 server is not there in your system, but already Tomcat installed. Then Eclipse is old version, that means. Okay. A compatibility required. Suppose Tomcat version 10.0 not appearing. 9 only appearing. But you install already Tomcat 10. Then uninstall Eclipse, Eclipse latest version install. Okay. Select Tomcat version 10.0 server. I selected. After that, click on next button. Click on next button. This is one time only. Further again and again not required is this. Very first time only. This configuration only one time. Click on next button. After this, select Tomcat installation directory by clicking on browse button. Select Tomcat installation directory by clicking on browse button. Select Tomcat installation directory by clicking on browse button. Example, C drive, program files, Apache Software Foundation, Tomcat 10.0. Select Tomcat installation directory by clicking on browse button. Example, C drive, program files, Apache Software Foundation, Tomcat 10.0. So you have to select by clicking on browse button. Up to this one, you have to select. See, browse, C drive, program files, Apache Software Foundation, Tomcat 10. Click on select folder. Click on select folder button. Click on next button. See, Java programming style is changed, you observe. Solids onwards. In a frameworks, one more type. That is one more style appears. Frameworks. You learn any other framework. Hibernate also, Spring also, Spring Boot also, Struts also, Wicket also. So many frameworks are there in the market. Any framework you learn, that is one more style appears. Okay. Now, here. Next button. After this, these are nothing present. Applications are not there. That is the reason empty. Click on finish button. Click on finish button. Click on finish button. server configuration completed. Okay. Next button, finish button. But whether server is working or not, I want to check. Say you are already given Tomcat version 10.0 server at localhost stopped. You can check. Here, you can right click, you can click on start. So here started, we observe. Okay, right click, stop. Server stopped. Here, sometimes port numbers you have to check properly. This port number should be 8005 800 8082. Already I given. That is the reason it is coming here. If server is not working means just here single click you do. You can see this. You can check the port numbers. Okay. If you want to change the port number here, what you do is here. Click on this one. Double click. This appears. Okay. Write this one also otherwise. To check the port numbers or to change the port numbers. Click on Tomcat version 10.0 server at localhost hyperlink. Click on in server views, in servers view, that's it. In servers view. Click on Tomcat version 10.0 server at localhost in a server's view. See, you have to click this. Then it appears this one. See, I will close this one. Again, double click, write it. Double click. Double click. Double click on Tomcat version 10.0 server at localhost in server's view. See, if you double click here, that appears. Just seconds, you can move the scroll bar. Tomcat admin port 8005. HTTP port 8082. Okay. Tomcat admin port 8005. Tomcat HTTP port HTTP/101, that is leave it. HTTP port 8082. It should be there. Okay. If not there, change. If not there, change. If not there, you select here, you can change. Okay. Now you can close. This is configuration completed. Now how to write servlet program? Next. Steps to write servlet program. Steps to write servlet program. Now first step. Click on new. Click on file menu. Click on new. Click on dynamic web project. Steps to write servlet program. Click on file menu, click on new, click on dynamic web project. Click on file menu, click on new, click on dynamic web project. Say file, new, dynamic web project, or type project name, example first. Next. Or type project name. Example first. Click on next button. Again click on next button. Select generate web.xml deployment descriptor checkbox. So check XML also no need to write, automatically generated. XML file no need to write here, automatically generated. Click on file menu, click on new, click on dynamic web project, type project name, example first, click on next button, click on next button, select generate web.xml deployment descriptor checkbox. Is it over? Say here. This is select. After that, click on finish button. Click on finish button. Click on finish button. Next. It is not completed. Only folder dynamic web application folder structure created. Okay. Is it over? Say your right side, left side, first created. You observe. In this first, say these many folders created. See src, main, web app, webinf, lib, classes, all created automatically. But there MD, CD will write no, that is not required. Generated automatically. Okay. Like from here onwards, actually Eclipse required. Previous programs Eclipse is not required. From here onwards only Eclipse required. These all folder structure automatically created with one single click. Dynamic web project. Okay. Now right click on first, new, servlet. Okay. First write the notes. I'll show you once again. Also I'll show you. Now write it. Right click on first in a project explorer. This is every day we use. Every day. Until servlet's last class. Right click on first in a project explorer. Click on new. Click on servlet. Right click on first in a project explorer. Click on new. Click on servlet. See, right click, new, servlet. Now type package name, example first. Type class name, example first servlet. Type package name. Example first. Type class name. example for servlet. Type package name, example first. Type class name, example for servlet. Now writing notes, it is taking time. Otherwise, in 1 minute it will complete. Writing program. Okay. Now click on new, click on servlet, type package name example first, type class name example for servlet. Say here super class, by default which class coming? See HDB servlet coming. Till I didn't explain HDB servlet. Present here, this is, I'll write generic servlet now. Okay. Type superclass jakarta.servlet.generic servlet. Type superclass jakarta.servlet.generic servlet. Type superclass jakarta.servlet.generic servlet. Click on next button. Type superclass jakarta.servlet.generic servlet. Click on next button. Is it over? Here var file URL pattern by default what is there? See first servlet only is there. You can change. Select this one. Click on edit. Here suppose test. Select URL pattern / first servlet. Click on edit button. Change to /test. Select URL pattern / first servlet. Click on edit button. Change to /test. Select URL pattern / first servlet. Click on edit button. Change to /test. By default, URL pattern also first servlet only comes. You can change like this. Say, click on OK button. Click on next button. Click on OK button. Click on next button. Click on OK button. Click on next button. Now say here by default init, destroy, get servlet config, get servlet info service. 5 methods will be there. No? 5 method displayed. Compulsory method already selected, you observe. Remaining optional. Required select. Otherwise leave it. Okay. This servlet interface not required. We can remove also. Because already generic servlet inverted. Okay. Now click on finish button. Click on finish button. Click on finish button. Okay. Say here. See, automatically this much code generated. Now we can write the servlet code here. After that we can run. Now what we have to write? Print writer pw response dot get writer pw dot println. Welcome to Solids. Okay. After this, Control Shift O. Here throws exception already is there, so no need to write. Over. Now right click, run as run on server. Save. You have to select the server. Here first. Here test. Like this you have to do. Okay. Now next 22. Write the code in